Okay, guys, in keeping with some of the things I was doing recently, I'm taking Magneto against Zola standard. No major changes to his set. And yeah, basically just seeing how he goes with the pre-con in this encounter. So without further ado, let's have a look, see what's going on. So the first thing, the Island of Dr. Zola. Main scheme, contents is Zola 1 and 2, standard, and obviously the Zola encounter set. And the one modular encounter set here is under attack. The setup is search the encounter deck for Hydra Prison and reveal it. We have that there. Each player searches the encounter deck for a copy of Ultimate Bioservant and puts it into play engaged with them, and then shuffles the encounter deck. So this guy comes out, he is put into play, he gets his toughness. I wonder now, puts it into play engaged with him. Should he have the toughness on him? I'm going to take the setup to say he does, though I may have made that error previously where I didn't put the toughness on. We'll flip this guy over. The Island of Dr. Zola, main scheme, 6 threat threshold. Forced response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 test counter here. Then if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engaged with the first player, and remove 3 test counters from the scheme. Then over here, Hydra Prison, side scheme. When revealed, each player searches their deck, discard pile, and hand for a hero-specific ally and places it face down beneath this scheme. Place X threat on this scheme, where X is the total cost of all allies beneath it. Each player shuffles their deck, and then when defeated, remove this scheme from the game and return each ally beneath it to the owner's hand. Now, Magneto is specific because obviously at this stage we know he doesn't have a signature ally. So that might be gaming this a little bit. Maybe a proper way of playing it would be to put Professor X under this or something. But as it stands, Professor X isn't in this deck, so we'll just play it as it's done. So with that, we'll just run to turn 1, check what our mulligan is. So we've got not much going on here. He does have retaliate as well. And just to remember, the forced response after threat is put here in stage 1 of the villain. So this dude is toughness. Ultimate Bioservant gets +1 attack for each attachment on it. Now I see straight away we have the magnetic missile. And it would be very, very nice to get one of the bound in metal on here. So may mulligan for that. But outside of that now, I don't think, yeah. What do I want to do? I might get rid of these 3. The magnetic bubble mightn't be a bad idea to get rid of either. So, keeping you. Will I keep this? I may get rid of that because once we do a wrapped in metal, we can kind of just let it sit there and wait. So, keep, dump the rest. Do I want the magnetic bubble? I probably do want that as well, but let's see what comes out. So, mulligan, Kid Omega's gone, You've Got This is gone, Noble Sacrifice is gone, Magnetic Missile is gone, and I might just hold on to the bubble. Slightly better, cool. So, how would I like to work on this? Let's go to turn 1. I'm going to use Master of Magnetism to bring in the armor. I'm going to flip over. I'm going to use the magnetic pull. So discard cards from the top of your deck until a magnetic card is discarded and add that card to your hand. This then will kick off this, which is going to give us hopefully 1 or 2 bonuses that we can work with. So first card discarded is a physical. Second card is a mental. Third card is a physical again. Fourth is a physical. Fifth is the energy. So that actually does give us all 3. So I'll put blue on there. I'll put the red on there. And I'll put the green on there as well. Just to denote that fact. Now I've so little else that I can do. It's probably not worth doing a blast at this stage. Won't stay down. Discard to return X-Force, X-Men allied to your hand. Yeah, I think we're just going to go straight for a magnetic bubble into play. 1, 2, 3. Magnetic bubble comes into play. That's giving us retaliate. And this guy's a pain. But yeah, like, I mean, that's essentially 3 attack that I'm wasting if I do hit him. So I may just do the 3 to Zola and then take the retaliate here. I think that might be my best option. So I'll do that. So first thing, we'll we'll attack and hit for 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we get retaliated for 1. That goes here. And with so little else that I can do, sorry, that should be down. I think we'll call that the end of the first turn. So let's go to the villain phase. Villain phase, part 1. 1 goes onto this. After resolving step 1, place 1 test counter here. Here's a test counter. He then is going to attack me, which is going to nicely go onto the magnetic bubble. He's hitting for 1, 2. 2 goes onto this, and we retaliate back for 1. And then this guy's going to hit me for 1. Again, same thing. That's going to go here, and then we retaliate back, knocking the tough off. And then we get our encounter card, which in this case is a concussive blast. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each friendly character. So that's going to be me getting another damage onto the bubble. And with that, we'll go to turn number 2. So we have no real attachments to deal with. I wonder if building out here is the thing. So I'm going to use the new recruits, discarding it as a resource to play Def Focus. Then I'm going to use these 2 guys to get the Magneto's cape into play. I'll just move stuff over just a small bit, using the real estate a bit better. And these should be gone. I'll just I'll get rid of those for now, because we know they're no longer in play. Then I may get rid of I'll try and attack this guy. 1, 2, we'll do 2 damage there. And then I'll use the magnetic pull, which is going to be 1. This comes into the play. That's giving me the thwart bonus and the energy bonus, which I'm perfectly fine with. And of course then Magneto's cape will ready me up, and I can do a further 2 damage here. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I was on the wrong thing. 2 damage to the bioservant, getting rid of him. Now, I've got nothing else that I can do. I mean, we've got so little here. I wonder if it's worth going down. But he could thread out so quickly. So maybe we'll just, we'll weather a hit. So let's go to the villain phase. Again, 1 threat here and 1 test counter. And then he attacks me. We're going to make sure the bubble absorbs that. He's hitting for 1. And then this gives the villain a tough status card. He gets a tough. He's hitting me for just the single point, which will get rid of this, and then I lose retaliate. And then following up with an encounter card, which is the villain attacks me again. So my hit points are high. I think I'll just weather this. Hitting for 1 plus 2. 1, 2. And that is the end of the villain turn 2. Let's go to turn 3 for the hero phase. Now, Cyclops can come out. Oh, I'll get rid of these 2. I don't have much I can do, so maybe I'm going to hit for 2, get rid of the tough. Then I'm going to use the magnetic pull. 1. So that's giving us the thwart, the defense, and that's what we get. Thwart, and then defense. This exhausts the ready sub. don't have a lot going on in this instance, do we? No real attack to do. I could bring out Cyclops, which will give us a bit more attack power. He's costing 3. But the helmet is building out a bit better. We're going to hit for 3. He's going to hit for 3. That's 6 off of him, but it leaves us in a fairly exposed position because Cyclops doesn't do much after that. Maybe Cyclops comes out, takes 2 off of this. I attack at the retaliate. I think that might be our play here. And then we might wait until the next turn for Magneto's helmet, which I think is what we'll do. So yeah, I'll use Master of Magnetism and a noble sacrifice to get Cyclops into play. His response hits Zola, but we're not going to be attacking this turn. Well, we might be. Cyclops is going to thwart for 2 off of the main scheme, taking 1 consequential. I'll then attack for 2 here with the additional bonus from Cyclops. It's going to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. I take a retaliate from that. And I'm tempted to flip down. What are the top 3 cards that we have here? These 3. They're not the best cards, but at least we're getting Master of Magnetism back for some heavy duty work later. So maybe that's what I'll do. I think I'll flip down. Flip down. We'll grab these 3. They're shuffled back in for the survivor response. And I may get rid of these 2 so that we might have a better chance of pulling something better for the next turn. So we'll get rid of these 2. That stays in my hand. And we'll call that the end of turn 3 hero phase. So part 1, these go on here. The next thing, the forced response is going to kick in. Then if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded and put that minion into play engaged with the first player and remove 3 test counters. So let's discard cards until a minion. Here's the minion that comes into play. I'm assuming he's not revealed, right? He wouldn't do anything anyway. He would quick strike, but that's fine. And then we get rid of 3 of those counters. So that's stage 1 done. He's now going to scheme for 2 plus 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He schemes for 0. And then our second encounter card is going to be a defensive programming. It's an attachment tech attached to the minion with the most remaining hit points without another copy of defensive programming attached. If you cannot, this card gains surge, and then the attached minion gets +2 hit points and gains guard. Perfect. So that's attached to him. He's now guarding. Something to bear in mind. So, with that said, let's now end the turn, go to turn 4 hero phase. So, do I try and recover 3, stay high, and then see what happens? I think that might be the case. We could, of course, he's got 5 hit points from this. We could bring M out, effectively killing him if we do some damage shortly. Couple of options. This is cheaper and kind of gets rid of him. But I wonder how that interacts with this. Because technically the minion's text box is blanked. But this is the card giving him surge. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't get into that kind of detail for now. I'm overthinking it. Let's play the long game. Let's do 1, 2, 3 here. Then I'm going to flip over. I'm going to use the magnetic pull. First card is this, which is giving me those 2 guys back, so I won't bother removing them. Now, Cyclops hits him for 2. We bring out M. That kills him. Cyclops is also gone. M could then do some thwarting and, oh yeah, shoot. Let me do this before I do anything else. Ready up. Yeah, maybe that's the play. So Cyclops attacks for 2 here. That defeat Cyclops. Then I'm going to go 2, 3, and 4 to bring M into play. After M enters play, defeat a minion with fewer remaining hit points than M. He has 5 hit points minus 2. He has 3. That is going to get rid of him. And I've got nothing else I can really do here. I'm still kind of suckered with these guys, but that's no big deal. I'm going to thwart for 3 here. M is going to thwart for 2. And squared off. Discard cards from the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you. Play an ally from your hand, reducing its cost by 3. That's a way to get White Queen out, which might be an interesting play. I haven't played this much, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to use squared off. Discard cards from the encounter deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. It is the ultimate Bioservant. Until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play. He comes into play with me. Toughness, I assume he wouldn't have that because he's not revealed. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Put an ally from your hand. Play an ally from your hand, reducing its cost by 3. So that, in this case, that would be White Queen. Ironically, if there was a toughness here, her response would take care of that. So, okay, that's all right. Let me get rid of this, and I'll put her over here. We could thwart getting rid of this. We could do 1 attack and then take care of the rest of it with M in the next turn, which might be the play. Yeah, it's a waste. So we go 1 here to do 1 damage here, and with that we'll call it a day. Go to the villain phase. 1, 2 on this. He's going to attack me. I will take it to the face. I'll stay open. He's hitting for 1 plus 2. Hits me for 2. This guy hits me for a further 1. And then we get a bad card, which in this instance is Vibranium Armor attached to the villain. After the villain takes damage, give it a tough status card. Exhaust your hero and spend 2 physical resource to discard this card. Alright. So, after the villain takes damage, so we have to take damage first, then he'll get the armor. Right. That's a spanner in the works. But 3. With that, let's end the turn there. We'll go to turn 5, my phase. I could exhaust and do these 2. I don't like losing that so early. But maybe M hits him, getting rid of this. I could then hit him. He takes damage, get the thing. We could hit back. Oh, I'm not in love with this right now, but let's focus on the problem at hand. We'll do 3 damage here, killing the Bioservant. Then, I'm tempted to do 2, or do I do Metal Shards first? If I do Metal Shards, I can effectively do that for 2. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do 2 damage here. Then he gets a tough from this response. No, I thought it was 3. I get rid of these. No, I've committed to it. That's fine. I've committed to it. So that's done. I'll then use the magnetic pull. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Perfect. That readies me up. So we got energy and we got a physical. So I've got this and I've got to put on the attack. So I've got defense and attack from here. Now I could get rid of 2 of these. Maybe get rid of the vibranium. Yeah, that's what I'll do. To get rid of this, I'll exhaust my hero. And then I'll spend 2 physical, which I will use a metal shards, and I'll use a square off. That gets rid of this. Then White Queen is going to attack for 1 to get rid of the tough. Tempted to put these 3 guys out for that, because we're losing a lot of thing here, but that will give me a tough status. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go 1, 2, 3 to play this. That's going to deal 7 damage. 1, 2, 3 here. This attack defeats the enemy. It does gain a tough. I gain a tough. He goes to his next stage. Retaliate 1 still. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the test subject's side scheme and reveal it. So test subject's side scheme, we've already got one of those in. I have completely ignored this. Oh no, it just came up. I think. Did it? Yeah. That's 2 threat to test subject, so that just came in with his thing. And shuffle the encounter deck. I will shuffle the encounter deck as well. So I hope I didn't miss that. I think initializing test subjects with 2, but yeah, so that comes in automatically. Otherwise I've just really confused myself. So, oh, I'm caught here now. That's giving me 2 encounter cards. But I have nothing else I can do. Let's go to the villain phase. Right, I've threaded out as well, or decked out. So I'm getting 1 card for the deck out. Now, 1, 2 goes on to this. He's going to attack me, and I'm happy to let the tough absorb that. He's hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4. That absorbs the tough. Now, Grim Rule as well. He would have come in with Retaliate after I hit him, so he probably should have done 1 damage from the attack that I did. I think that's the new ruling. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Might have pinged off the tough, but I'm going to say he did that, and then the defeat does it. I'm taking the benefit of it. I should probably go the other way, but I'm taking the benefit of it. So that's the attack. This is the first card, and then the 3rd card here. So first card. Let's get these into some semblance of order. This could wipe me out. First one. Zola's Mutate. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a tech attachment is discarded, and then attach it to Zola's Mutate. Let's do that. Part 1. That is Treachery. Treachery. Minion. Treachery. 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 Minion. Treachery. Side Scheme. Here we go. Pain Inhibitors. Wondered if I was going to deck out here. So he gets Pain Inhibitors attached to the minion with the most remaining hit points without another copy of Pain Inhibitors attached. If you cannot discard the Insurge, he gets +2 hit points, so he's now at 7 and Retaliate 1. Fine. Next card. Mind Ray. When revealed, hero Zola attacks you. Zola is going to hit me. And I'm stunned. Okay, so I'm going to be taking a stun as well. He's hitting for 2, plus whatever's under this. I think I'll defend against this. So that's going to be 2 plus another 1, 3. I've defended for 3. No damage is done. And then the final card. The villain attacks you. Alright, so in this case, I think I might just throw White Queen in front of this one. So she's going to take 1, 2. So that's going to be 1, 2 damage, and then shuffle Zola's Mutate into the encounter deck. So he goes back in and shuffle. White Queen did not survive that attack, so we'll discard her. And with that, let's go to turn number 6. Now, all things considered, that was a fairly soft turn, so let's run with that. So we will use Magnetic Pull. Physical. Energy. So same 2 on. Excellent. Now I could. No, I can't do anything here. This exhaust readies me up. I have no real attacks that I can do, so maybe we're dealing with thwarting here. I will thwart 2 off of this, getting rid of this. When defeated, the first player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a minion and then reveal that minion. So let's do that. Minion, it's you. You're revealed. You come in, you quick strike me for 2. That's out of play. We're quickly getting overwhelmed here. You could hit for 3, knocking this guy out. I'm with very little else. I could do a you got this, could I? Or would the magnetic bubble make more sense? Because I may have to go down. Okay, let's do 3 damage here, killing this guy. And also defeating M. I got 1, 2. This is a superpower, so we could def focus this in. I could flip down. And we could use Phoenix. I think we can afford Phoenix here. Yeah, I think we can afford Phoenix. She can do some threat and mitigation. So maybe that's the play. Def focus. Exhaust def focus and reduce this resource cost of the next superpower card you play by this turn by 1. The next one we play is the magnetic bubble. That costs 3. I'll use strength to play for the additional 2 on that. Now, Phoenix is going to come in for 3 maybe. 1, 2, 3. After Phoenix enters play, choose an X-Men ally, ready it, and heal 1 down. That's not pertinent. She will, however, thwart 2 off the main scheme. I think I'll flip down. And with that, I'll put 1, 2, 3. I should have probably flipped down to maybe maximize what was going out there, but look, live and learn. Shuffle. And we will call that the end of turn 6's hero phase. So part 1, this goes on, gets rid of this. We remove 3 and then we discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. 1, here we go. Oh, thought I was going to get some soft 1. Is he revealed? Put that minion into play. So he's put into play, he's not revealed, he doesn't get his toughness. And that's fine. Next thing, he's going to scheme for 2. Zola schemes for 2, plus this, that shuffles back in. 2 goes on there. Shuffle. This guy is going to scheme for 1. This guy is going to scheme for 1. That's getting tight. But then finally, our next one is going to be scheme. Of course it was. It was always going to be that. So Zola schemes for 2 plus, and this gets shuffled back in. So an additional 2 goes on here, and we go to the next scheme. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it. Shuffle the encounter deck. So each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it. I think I may take the shuffle the encounter deck. What's left in here? We've got him. Don't think I want him. We'll close and shuffle that. I think I'll take the quick strike guy. He's a bit better. That's fine. He's revealed. He quick strikes, but we're not in hero form, so that doesn't kick off. Shuffle the encounter deck, and then we'll flip over. Forced response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 test counter here. Then, if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards. So it's the same thing. Top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play engaged with the first player, and remove 3 test counters. So it's fine. Nothing major there. That's okay. So, how would I like to proceed? First thing I'll do is I'll recover for 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to flip over. Flipping over, I'm going to use the magnetic pull. 1. Magnetic missile comes into play. That's physical, so that's the one that stays there. We get rid of the energy. Now I could electronic blast, or electromagnetic blast, removing one of these guys, and then actually getting rid of the pain inhibitor for this dude. Then maybe we look at getting Cyclops in. That's going to do 3 damage somewhere. Could be getting rid of this guy. Anyway, let me not get ahead of myself. I ready up. I've got 3. I have no actual attack here, so I think I might just attack to get the rid of the stun. Now, with that said, let's now use an electromagnetic blast with Depth Focus, paying for 1, and I'll go with Squared Off to pay for the second resource. Remove 3, remove from the main scheme. If that removes the last threat from the scheme, you may discard an attachment with the text hero action or hero response. That's not one of those, so that's a slight mistake, but that's okay. Cyclops costs 3, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. When he comes in, he's going to pick somebody to do damage 2. If I picked him, then he has 7 hit points. We'd effectively be hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not enough to kill him. It is enough to kill him, and it's easily enough to kill him. Which should I do? Oh. Well, this guy has probably the most stuff going on, so maybe we'll pick this guy. Cyclops is then going to hit for 3, taking 1 damage, doing 1, 2, 3 here, killing this guy. I could then use Phoenix to do 1 damage to him, and then use her for a block. I think that might be the play. So yeah, I'll do 1, 1, and 1 damage here. And we can hopefully start seeing some magnetic missiles and things coming up in the next round. Otherwise, this could be a very tough situation. So let's go to the villain phase. And part 1 goes on to this with the thing. He's going to attack me. I'm going to let the bubble deal with it. Or will I? No, I won't. I will let Phoenix deal with this. She can take this hit. 1, 2, 3. That defeats Phoenix, which is fine. This guy is going to attack for 2, which I am happy to take. So I take 2, it goes on this. He gets a retaliate for 1. This guy's going to hit me for a further 1. And we'll put that onto him with another retaliate. And then we get our bad card, which is to mutate, of course. So it is discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until the tech attachment is discarded. So what's left? If it's a tech attachment, it is not. So that whiffs. Finally, maybe a bit of luck this turn. Let's shuffle that back into the deck, and then we get a acceleration icon, our token here. And with that, we go on to the next hero phase. How do I deal with all of these things? So we have Face the Past, and we have this as well, so that's good. I'm going to do 2 first to do 2 damage here, kill this guy. Now, Face the Past is going to give me some options. And a ready up as well. So I'll get rid of this, that's not in play. How do I deal with this? I think I have to do a Face the Past, really. Face the Past. Search the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for your nemesis. Here's my nemesis. And reveal it. He comes in, he gets a steady toughness villainous. Ready your hero. Draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Nice. I cannot attack the villain this phase, and this card gets removed from the game, so that's just over here, guys. Let's try to ignore this from now on. Let's move a small bit. There we go. Now, with that said, I'm going to do 2 to get rid of this tough. Then I'm going to play a metal shards using depth focus and the energy. With that, that's going to do 7 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Defeating him, which then gives me a tough. Then I'm going to use the magnetic pull. Discarding cards. So it's physical, physical, energy, physical, mental. So that's all 3. And another one. Oh, very nice. So we get all 3 of our things and we ready up. So that's going to be, just to remind myself, that's all 3 tokens. And I'm ready. Now, I think we can do some damage here. I think we can really do some damage. This guy has 6 life left. He's got 7 in total. So we're going to do a metal shards using Master of Magnetism as squared off. It's going to do 7 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Killing him. And his retaliate doesn't go off. Then I'm going to attack for 3 here. Cyclops is going to attack for another 2. Unfortunately defeating Cyclops. Now I might as well use the electromagnetic blast in this case to bring this down by 1. But it does very little else, so I'm not too worried there. And with that, let's go to the villain phase of turn 8. So 2 go into the main scheme with the test token. He's going to attack me. I'm going to put that. I'm going to let the tough deal with that. I think. I don't know if there's an order of anything here, but I think we'll go tough first, and then the magnetic bubble. So that would be when you take any amount of damage. And this is it's the same thing. So yeah, look, I'll say the tough absorbs it first. So he hits for 2, and this is place 1 test counter on the main scheme. For each test counter on the main scheme, Zola gets +1/+1. Right. So he's now hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's hitting me for 5. That dumps the tough. Now, is the timing correct here? Does this only check on the first response? So after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 test counter here. Then if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player, and remove 3 test counters from this scheme. I don't think that kicks in now. I think that kicks in only in the response after the turn. So it'll kick in the next turn, but I'm going to rule that it doesn't kick in now. So again, correct me if I'm wrong. So with that, no, let's play the Grim Rule. Let's play the Grim Rule. Right. We'll take off 3 here, and we will... It discards, doesn't it? Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded, and put that minion into play. So minion is going to be this guy. He comes in. He's going to quick strike for 2, which would be 2 onto this. He takes a retaliate, and then he would attack again for another 2 because the activation phase wouldn't be done. So I think that might be the way of doing it. This is gone, that's fine. And then we have our encounter card, which is in this case a Mind Ray. Zola attacks you and I'm stunned again. Fantastic. Add stun. I'll take the hit as is. So he's hitting for 1, 2 to nothing. 1, 2 here. I think that is the end of the villain phase. So let's go into turn 9. I really have one option here, don't I? So I'll attack to get rid of my stun. I'll use the magnetic pull. So it's an energy and physical. So we get rid of this. I'll just throw this over here for now. Just to put it over there, so I don't have to keep pulling it from the menu. Now that readies me up from doing that. I'm going to use. Oh, I'd like to get that in. 1, 2, 3, but I don't think I can afford to do everything, can I? Well, actually, yeah, the depth focus could pull that. So if I use this to pay for magnetic thing, then I use this to pay and this to pay for that. Yep, I think we're good. So I'll use these 3 to bring the helmet into play. Then I'll use the helmet and a wrapped in metal to play the other wrapped in metal, locking up this guy. And then I'll use depth focus as a superpower to play this guy for free, discard a minion with wrapped in metal in play, deal 5 damage to an enemy and stun it. That's 5 damage to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a stun. Nice. Get rid of these and that. Now that's going to get an additional 2. If he schemes, we have a problem. So I may go slow and I'll do 2 off of the main scheme. And with that then, we'll call it an end to turn. What was that? I've decked out. Lovely. So we'll get a bad card for that. And we'll go from there. So 2 goes on this with a counter. He would attack me. He doesn't because he's stunned. And then the next thing we have is the encounter card. So first encounter card, Shadows of the Past. Lovely. So this comes into play, and then we'll find our bad guy. Is he already in here? He is. Here we go. So these guys come into play. That's our Martyr for Mutant. Magneto's former acolytes felt betrayed by their leader's change of heart and about mutant and human coexistence. When defeated, the defeated player. Oh my god. Let me slow down. When defeated, the defeating player discards the top 9 cards of their deck, and it's got a boost icon there. Exodus comes into play, which is fine. And then these 3 guys are going to be shuffled into the encounter deck. Shuffle. That's the stun. So he's engaged with me. And then the next one is Concussive Blast. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each friendly character. I take a damage from that. Done. I have got so little I can do here. Oh my. So, what can I do? What can I do? I've so little available. Right. Let's hit for 2 to get rid of the tough. Then we'll use the magnetic pull, which is this card. Oh, isn't that lovely? That's going to ready me up, and it's giving me the 2 bonuses there. Do I get rid of this? Oh my, I don't know what to do. This isn't turned out nice. So I could hit for 2, but I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place here. I can't really go down either, because I mean he's going to do 2 plus 2, and potentially, like, we could be dealing with a lot of threat here. But can I weather? I can't weather any attack either. So I think going to Alter Ego is the only option here. I don't have an ally that I can use, so I think maybe I have to go these 2 to play Asteroid M. A thwart for 3 off of the main scheme. No, I leave that. 2, 4, 6, 6. Oh, because this is catching me as well. Which do I get off? We don't 2, 4. Like that's 6. That's an instantaneous downer here, really. And then a boost to 2 is killing us. Let me go back. Oh no, this is a terrible hand. I don't know what I can do. I don't think I have anything I can do. Maybe get rid of this and hope for the best. Or get rid of this and hope for the best. Knowing that we're dealing with, yeah, we might be game over here. I think I'll get rid of this. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. The defeating player discards the top 9 cards of their deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I really can only flip over. Flip down. I'll use 1, 2, 3. They get shuffled back into the deck. Then I'll exhaust this. Shuffle the topmost magnetic card in your discard pile into your deck and heal 1 damage. That goes in, doing 1 heal for me. I get rid of... That's the end of my turn, so hope for the best, but I think we're done. Keep the energy. Go to the villain phase. 2 goes on this. 1 goes on this. He schemes for 1, 2. 1, 2, and then shuffle the mutate into the encounter deck. Oh, we're done. Yeah, he's scheming for 2. Shuffle. He schemes for 2 plus... Nope. Oh, yeah. Forgot to hit the button. 2 plus 3. He's putting 5 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's game. Yeah, we got shafted there, I think. That was not... That wasn't great. It took us too long to get past the minions, I think. Man, Zola's hard. But yeah, maybe we'll restart and try again. So, thanks for watching, folks. Like and subscribe. If you've any, if you caught any mistakes there, let me know in the comments. Bye bye.